too on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle, and I just want to say something. They're not lying.
Uh-oh.
Have you guys tried that Mr. Clean Magic Eraser? That thing's amazing.
Yeah. Where have you been?
I love that.
Mr. Clean. Dude, we use that crap all the time. That crap. We use that stuff all the time in our house to clean walls, and then I use it on my goalie gear. I don't know why I'm so excited, but I am because I do love it. I swear by it. But all my goalie gear, I get all the puck marks when I want to. Like from time to time, I'll work them out with the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser.
I am late to this party. I had no idea how cool this thing was. I'd heard the commercials for the longest time, and then I finally got one. And I'm like, where was this when my kids were growing up? Because there were marks all over the place.
All the walls. It's a game changer.
Oh, and it gets kids involved too. Cleaning. I get my little brother. I give him one of those, and he's just like wash, wash, wash. I can get him to clean all the doors and walls and stuff. It's awesome. Super simple to use.
And yeah, he's like a little baby Roomba.
Oh, yeah. He said, wash, wash, wash. I'm like, okay, let's keep cleaning the walls because you made the mess.
I just need that little earring. Then I can look like Mr. Clean using Mr. Clean.
It's so true.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
And you're going to have to wear a white T-shirt, Steve, which is going to go against everything you believe in.
Oh, gosh. Oh, he's evil, Mr. Clean.
Yeah,
that's right.
He is.
I'm Dr. Clean.
Mr. Not So Clean.
Dr. Dirty.
Dr. Dirty.
Dr. Dirty. That's a good one. We'll take it.
That's so funny that you just recently discovered the magic eraser.
Yeah. Oh, man. And they're right. It's magic. I don't know how it's magic. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if there's some leprechauns somewhere that have to basically cry into a big vat of sponges. I don't know how it works.
It's the Keebler elves. They help make it.
Oh, that would explain a lot. Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Oh, wow.
But don't use it on your teeth.
No.
Wow, no.
Does that mean you tried?
No, but there was a trend for a minute where people were trying to use it on their teeth, and the dentists are like, don't do that, trying to whiten their teeth because but it like messes up the enamel.
Wow,
so, sadly, we have to give a disclaimer on those things.
Yeah, some people, wow. You'd think anything that would clean like surfaces and remove stuff from, you'd think that, no, you don't put it in your body anywhere near there, skipjack.
As one dentist said, it's one of the worst things you could do to your teeth because the bleach is too strong.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
It's going to eradicate the enamel that surrounds your teeth.
Yeah, that's okay.
Public service announcement from BJ.
Thank you. I know you have to make it, Steve. You're right. I know. I've seen the internet. The internet demonstrates to me just why people need messages like that. Because, well, there are all levels of people out there.
Well, yeah, dude, this is legit a trend back like last month. People were doing this on TikTok and different places, and they're like, "Hey, stop putting Mr. Clean in your mouth."
I almost wish they wouldn't tell.
That's just for Mrs. Clean.
Yeah. Oh, I get it.
Sorry.
Yeah. Wow. Someone asked people to name the most attractive jobs when it comes to dating.
Mr. Clean.
Yeah. And right now, you're absolutely right. Mr. Clean is definitely very dateable. So basically, the ideal job you'd want your date to have. This is what it is. This is like, all right, I'm looking to date somebody, and here's the job I would love them to have. So right now, the hottest job a guy can have in 2021, this makes complete sense to me.
Oh, boy. Let's see.
Even though it is I feel like it's very, very selfish, but I understand that sometimes we're very selfish when it comes to what we want our mates to be.
A masseuse.
A masseuse. No,
I'm sorry, massage therapist.
Yeah, not that either, no.
Well, women like to be rubbed down, don't
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you had that skill, look out, world. Look out, world.
I've got it looks like the top 10 here, and massage therapist is not on there. Sorry, my friend.
Well, then chef then. Someone who can cook for you.
Not on the list either.
Oh.
Firefighter.
Firefighter is on the list. Congratulations, sir. You are absolutely right.
Ladies love the firefighter.
Yeah.
See, now I got to think of which ones have had those month or those yearly calendars. So.
Yeah, well,
I'll tell you this as a clue. Here's a clue. For men and women, the profession is very similar. The top spot for men and women, what they want. What men want, the ideal job for their date and vice versa. Similar profession.
exotic dancer.
Yes.
That's it.
Right?
Congratulations. Yeah. There you go.
Shouldn't that be number one?
Wow. Yeah, you did it.
I got it. Doctor.
Yeah, number one, sir. Number one. And therefore, you can probably understand what now here's the thing. I said similar profession. So this is a bit sexist if you ask me, because either men and women can do these jobs as well as, doctor but men, they're looking for nurses.
Oh, I think I say proctologists.
Proctologist. Okay. Yeah.
It's oddly specific, but that's what I've been hearing.
That's
So
very,
very
very specific. Yeah. But I suppose, if for a woman, because on average their fingers would be a little smaller. Maybe you do want a woman to be your proctologist. Okay. I kind of know where you're going there a little bit. So number one, doctor. That's what women want in men. And what people want in women is number one profession is nurse. Which is fascinating to me because I would much rather have a female doctor. I have very much enjoyed female doctors in my life as opposed to male doctors.
I have no issue either way, except for obviously when there's a certain thing that needs to be checked. I like to go with the doctor that has the smallest hands. Doesn't matter if they're man or female. But I just want a doctor that's cool. Not like cool, like I want to go hang out and get beers with, but that could just kind of explain things in a way that I understand and is not like, because sometimes you get some doctors that just seem very I don't know. They're very
technical,
yeah. And it's just like, I kind of want you to explain things in a dumber way for me.
Pretend I'm 4 years old and explain it to me.
Right, look at me. I don't have to pretend really. Pretend I'm stupid. I am. But pretend I'm stupid as well.
I'm wondering if guys want a nurse instead, because I feel like a doctor is a more demanding job, which means that they're going to be at work more often. Not saying that nurses don't work long shifts, but I'm wondering if that has something to do with it.
No, I honestly, Vicky, nowadays, I'm not sure who has the more demanding schedule because of the fact of the nurse shortage. So maybe that's what they're thinking, but boy, they're wrong if they're thinking that, because I think nurses are working, in some cases, longer hours than doctors. So I don't know if that's the reason, but it's not a good reason anymore. It used to, maybe you could say that before when they made house calls and things of that nature. But now, man, nurses are just getting their asses kicked with the hours they're working.
What about this job? The person that's just collecting unemployment because they get paid more on that than their actual job.
Yeah, I think
that seems to be the trend right now.
That is what everybody's doing right now, Steve. You're right.
Sexy.
So hot. Will they have more time for you?
Yeah, good point. Yeah. Oh, man. No, that's not on the list either.
You're not wrong, but still.
If you don't need a doctor, which, of course, nowadays I get it. People want somebody in the medical profession because, well, we got this thing going on. But number two is what you would need normally in life if you got into any kind of trouble as far as what someone's looking for in men. And number two on both lists are very different. It is so weird to me. But again, I think it's very traditional, which is, I guess whereas, when you think of this list, boy, what people want in women, it is very traditional. This is not something that I would think is cutting edge. Like a nurse as opposed to a doctor that you're looking for in a woman. Okay.
Do you think though people are answering this just based on what they think is the right thing to say? You know what I mean? So it's like, someone asked me that, I would be so heartbroken. I was like, I don't know what I find attractive. I don't really care what you do for a living. That doesn't impact whether or not you're attractive to me. But so maybe people are just coming up with answers based on what the stereotypical answers have always been.
Well, that's an interesting question, Steve, because normally I don't think men really ever care what their significant other's doing for a living. I never did, but, I don't know. Maybe here we are where, young people are dating and now, like, a job does mean something for both genders. But when I started dating, it didn't really matter what she did because I was expected to be the breadwinner. So I didn't care. It was like, whatever you want to do is fine. I know I'm the one that's going to have to be working for the longest time of my life. And then eventually you're going to stay home and have children. That was the generation I grew up in. Now that's completely different.
My whole thing was just like, are you employed and moderately happy there? Because in my head, I'm like, then you won't bitch about your job all the time. Like, that to me seems to be
That's
more
a good
important.
one.
I don't care what you do for a living, as long as you're happy or happy-ish. I know it's work. No one's ever going to be fully happy, but as long as you're like, don't despise what you're doing for a living, then I'm like, whatever, cool.
So does anybody in the room have a job that they go, man, if this person did that, I would find them more attractive?
No.
Ooh,
wow.
Just based off of what they wear, so their uniform.
Nice.
Just, sometimes it would kind of translate to the bedroom.
Mascot for a baseball team.
Ooh, good call.
Mascot for a baseball team.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Maybe a hockey team, maybe a specific hockey team.
These
that
are so
is a little
oddly
gritty.
specific. Steve is going to have a hard time finding love.
Well, Reb always said he was attracted to a moose and a reindeer. So I was like, okay, well, what do we have here in Washington?
Oh,
We
really?
have rhubarb and
You called out rhubarb. Adorable.
Rhubarb
love
rocks.
rhubarb.
Poor Reb is going to have a hard time finding love with these specific job types that he needs.
I was thinking more along the lines of librarian, though.
Oh, librarian. Very nice.
Sexy librarians.
You're on the right track. Secretary is on the top list for what?
They have the same sort of uniform with that.
Receptionist.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have to tell you, this list for what, and it specifically said what men find attractive to women. So it looks like this is just basically heterosexual relationships is what they're looking for, because it didn't say what men find attractive in men or what women find attractive in women. It's basically men and women and women and men. And these men are just very basic. I have to tell you, they are super basic. Elementary school teachers, number 2. Finally, doctor comes in at number 3. I'm very proud of those men because I would be very attracted to a doctor. Because right now I need care.
You just want to use them for their knowledge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The older I get, the more I'm like, you're a doctor, you're in. You're the best woman ever.
This one says Garbage Man. Signed, David the Garbage Man. Another text says, how about tattoo artists? Guys with full sleeves are hot. Signed, Steve.
Yes. No, I hate to say it, tattoo artist on the list. And neither is Garbage Man. But mechanic is on the list. I mean, that's always a cool job. I mean, because a mechanic can help you out with your vehicle. That's a cool thing. This is what women want in men.
But is that attractive? I mean, I'm not saying a mechanic can't be attractive, but is it because they could do something for you that makes them attractive?
Yeah, I know that there are people, I mean, I can only speak with my wife, but when I do stuff, I get more attractive to her. Like if I do stuff around the house. So, mechanic, women also dig lawyers. That's number 2. Carpenters. So there's somebody else that can work with their hands like a mechanic.
There's something sexy about with like a tool belt on, like getting stuff done. And it's not saying that they're going to do something for me because I could do those things and I have done those things. But the idea like, oh yeah, that's a manly thing. I know it's kind of stereotypical, but
what if it's like a children's tool belt that they just grabbed, like like the fake plastic hammer,
the little tykes. You put a little tykes on.
Little screwdriver.
If he wears the plastic little helmet and the little vest that comes with it, then we're on. Game on.
Wow, Fisher Price, man, you're the guy.
Oh, Black & Decker makes their own now.
Oh, the little kid stuff.
Yeah.
My
little brother's got it, so I'm like, to be even more official. It's like, hey, baby, how's it going?
It is funny that there's a whole line of toys of just basically things that us as adults never want to do, like vacuum, like a toy Swiffer.
The whole kitchen set.
Right. It's just so it cracks me up.
Well,
it's like, wow, this is a toy. This to me is like a nightmare.
Was it the the conspiracy theory, was it because the kids wanted to be like mommy and daddy, or was it society going, this is what you're going to grow up to be? I mean, there was always that. We had those long conversations of the stoner conversations about the toys they made for kids.
With a kid that like around a year and a half that likes to mimic whatever we do, I think it's more the kid just wants to do whatever the parent, like, Tatum loves the vacuum cleaner. So she just wants to like push a vacuum cleaner. So now we're like, do we buy her a children's vacuum cleaner? It seems like a ridiculous toy, but
yeah.
But like she loves
It's got those awesome little bubble balls, though. They're so cool.
Some of them actually are functioning, like working kid vacuum.
They work?
I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't vacuum your whole house with it, but it kind of works.
Well, still, you got yourself a little baby Roomba. I love this plan.
Like we have a little kid Swiffer thing, and it actually does work.
That's great.
But it's just like she just loves walking around with that stupid thing.
People are loving engineers, project managers. Women are, I should say, construction workers. There you go. There's that manly thing again.
What about bikini barista? Someone just texted
bikini barista. Let me see. Waitress is the closest thing we've got to that.
The women exposed their breasts and genitals and licked whipped cream off each other for money.
I'm going to tell you this, though, Steve. As advanced as we seem to think we are, at least according to this list, this is very basic. Outside of the doctor for what men want in women, nurse, elementary school teacher, secretary, okay, lawyer's cool. I think that's at least a little bit more progressive. Dancer is in there. Not necessarily exotic dancer, but
we know exotic. Come on.
Middle school teacher, waitress, hairdresser, even some of the way, like waitress instead of server and hairdresser instead of stylist. Like even these terms are like old school, traditional, basic terms. And receptionist. I mean, these are things that men wanted in the 50s pretty much, except for maybe lawyer and doctor.
How about bud tender? Did that make the list? Which is a great pick because all the samples.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know if the women are even better, really. I mean, doctor, lawyer, carpenter, engineer, project manager, firefighter, construction worker, software developer, mechanic, and accountant. These are all traditional dude jobs as opposed to maybe something that would be a little bit more, I don't know, nurturing. Like, he could be a teacher. He could be a nurse. He could definitely be a server. But women are not looking for that. So, I don't know. I thought the world was getting better, Steve, but
I don't think necessarily these are like, oh, I need to find a carpenter. I need to find, firefighter. It's just like, oh, you are a firefighter? That's kind of hot, but doesn't mean like, oh, you're a guy who's a teacher. Right. I'm not going to be turned on by you at all. No, that's not how that works.
It is the top 10, though, Vic. I mean, it's...
Well, they asked someone to say, what a profession you find attractive, so you're just trying to come up with an answer. Mm-hmm. That's why I wonder about these things, because like you're asked the point-blank question, like, okay, what do I think? Because to me, it's like I don't care what you do for a living. If you're hot, you're hot. Like it doesn't matter if you're if you're a worm curator or a
worm curator. Yes. Well, there you go, sir.
Mushroom harvester.
Yeah, how does one curate worms?
You got to go to Worm University to find that out, Rev. I don't know.
Worm University. Boy, these are two things I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like to know the least attractive jobs that people say you can have in 2021?
Radio professional.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, here we go. And all right, here we go. This is very fascinating to me. And this is according to the women. And again, now I think it's easier to come up with what you don't like. Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. When people ask you what you like, it's a little bit more challenging to like, yeah, all right, let me think of something. But people know what they don't like because people like to bitch.
Parking enforcer.
Yeah, parking enforcer. Yeah. Oh, you're close. Women do not, they find the least attractive jobs are fast food worker, janitor, truck driver. Shut your mouth. I wouldn't get all my cool stuff if not for truck drivers. Come on, ladies. Cashier.
Because they're gone so long that they don't get to, provide the service.
Especially if you're long haul.
That could be. Cashier and maid. Which really, I mean, if a dude's cleaning up, I mean, that means you don't got to clean up. I think that'd be great.
Especially if he's in a maid costume.
Yeah. Wow. I think you might be the only one looking for that, Vicky.
I wear a French maid outfit at home all the time.
While you clean, you are a good husband.
I got to get my money's worth.
So men, they don't like women to be janitors either, apparently. Least attractive job.
Well, those are jobs when you go home to them, you're stinky.
Yeah,
a lot of the times I feel like, I mean, even if it's janitors, like the cleaning supplies, and a lot of the times those I know give people headaches and stuff like that.
All right,
like fast food workers, same thing, kind of along those lines.
Carpenters don't come home with extra nuggets.
Yeah, that's okay. All right.
As long as she's coming home with chicken nuggets, I'm down.
Men don't like truck drivers either, apparently. Don't like those women at the Flying J. Okay.
Those aren't truck drivers.
Men don't like fast food workers. They don't like plumbers, and they don't like security guards. Okay. I would love a woman that was a plumber. Are you kidding me? So much of my life would be I would know that everything is covered from the water situation. I'd love that.
She knows how to lay pipe.
Well, that's really supposed to be my job, but okay.
I know, right?
If she knows how to do it better than me, then
it'd be way more fun to look at her plumber crack than a dude's. So.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Agree with that. Yeah. Well, there you go. Just goes to show you. We don't really, it turns out none of us really believe in this list, I guess, but, and I hope that that's true because this list seems like it was made in the 50s. So I'm going to say no, this list is probably just people just not knowing what to say.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like for the most part, nobody's dating someone or staying in a relationship with someone because of what they do for a living.
Ooh,
I wonder,
really?
though. Yeah.
Oh, I will disagree with that.
Maybe go on a first date, sure, but I mean, to continue to date somebody just based on what they do for a living, I think that would just be such a... I mean, if someone's willing to admit to it, by all means, text or call us.
Oh, I totally disagree with that. Just because of how other cultures will arrange marriages, that because...
I'm talking about us here, the people that are listening to our radio station. I'm not talking about like a different culture, though. I'm talking about like in the world that we're living, like in the culture that we're in. I don't know many people that would be like, oh yeah, I'm only with that person because he sells televisions.
Well, all right. You know, rather than the specific thing, but I do think that people are with somebody because they can provide something.
That's completely a different answer. That's a different thing. Being employed is different than having a certain type of job.
Yeah, but I would say if somebody has a certain type of job, it does make them more attractive, probably because it means they're stable or they're trustworthy. Like a lot of those jobs would probably tell a person something like, oh, yes, you're that kind of person. That's my belief, but this list is definitely wonky. So, you may be right, Steve. Maybe people just don't care as long as you go to work every day. Yeah, that's all that people might care about.
Right.
We got a woman who's mad at her husband, and she's mad at him for how much time he spends in the bathroom. I'll tell you all about this at 8:22 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
New on Curiosity Stream. Are we close to building machines that are almost human? And can new technology give us superpowers? Find out on Super Sapiens. And in 1919, a British composer wrote the longest and most complex symphony in history. Conductors tried to perform it, but failed, declaring it cursed. Now a group of musicians will attempt the impossible, if they dare, on Curse of the Gothic Symphony. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Imagine if you could sell your home and get paid twice. With Orchard, you can. It's simple. Orchard makes you a cash offer on your home. If you accept it, here's your cash. Really? Then Orchard handles everything from there. Painting, repairing, listing, and showing your home. When it sells for more than Orchard paid you for it, you get to keep the profit. And Orchard has a near-perfect track record with winning customers that extra money. In today's competitive market, with so many real estate companies trying to lowball you, only Orchard pays you the upside when your old home sells for more. Ready to get paid twice for selling your home? Learn how at Orchard.com. It's the new way to home.
Want to create a lifetime of memories this spring? Do you remember the joy of jumping as a child? If only there was a way your own kids could experience that same joy safely. Spring Free Trampoline has been engineered to eliminate 90% of product-related injuries. The Spring Free design boasts no springs and a flexible enclosure and proudly offers a 10-year warranty. That's peace of mind. Lock in your ultimate backyard safe space before summer arrives. Visit springfreetrampoline.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Some woman went on Reddit and she's like, okay, I've had enough. She complained that her husband spends 4 hours a day hiding out in the bathroom, and she is sick of it.
Why would you be upset about that? That seems like such a great situation. As long as you have two bathrooms.
Yeah, she doesn't think he has issues in there. It sounds more like he enjoys the alone time and likes to play games on his phone. She says it even takes 45 minutes to go number one sometimes. And the whole thing came to a head when it happened at a restaurant. Okay, well...
came to a head. Do you think he's going number one, or maybe it's number 3?
So here's...
Wow.
Yeah.
He's, what, a teenage boy again?
Yes.
I will say that the advent of the cell phone has really created long bathroom times for people. We've got a friend of ours who does that. He spends a long time in the bathroom, and we see updates from him from the bathroom on his phone.
You're talking about yourself, right?
Yeah, right.
Well,
every time I get an email from you, you're usually on the crapper.
That could very well be me. But I try to be quick. I try not to spend too long in the bathroom. I don't mind getting stuff done. But when you're waiting and it's 15 minutes and 20 minutes and you're seeing this person posting and posting and posting, it's like, okay, dude, you need to basically cut the blank.
Well, I mean, you said before the cell phones, it was magazines. I mean, that's why you had a magazine rack in the bathroom.
The old bathroom readers.
Did anybody spend that much time, though? Like, if you
my dad did.
Yeah.
In restaurants, though, there are no magazine racks. Yeah, that's the thing. This woman's complaining that in a restaurant, this guy pulled this off.
The restaurant one, they might want to rethink their relationship if he needs to be in the bathroom that long to be. I mean, does she get mad at him because he's on his phone at like a restaurant or something like that? You got to wonder. Maybe he's like, I don't know his backstory, but maybe he's working. Maybe he has an important email to send out, and he knows that if he sits in front of her doing that, she's giving him crap about it. That could be.
But to let your significant other sit at a table for 45 minutes by themselves?
I personally think he's going number 3, but that's just me.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, but that's interesting. I mean, something about marrying it right before
kidding.
that very well could be number 3. I don't know. You may be kidding. You're kidding, but who knows what he's doing in there? Honestly, 45 minutes is a long time. He could be doing anything in there.
I think about like my dad. My dad would come home and he would like say, "Okay, I got to go see a man about a horse." That was his saying. I don't know why.
I like that.
I don't know why that means that he had to go pee or poop. I'm not exactly sure what the saying even comes from and why it was a thing, but like that was his thing. He's like, "All right, good to see you, family. Now I got to go see a man about a horse." I'm like, "Why do you love the man and his horse more than us?" But like that, and he would be gone for at least a half hour. And we were all just like, when's Dad coming back?
Did he have a man cave or a den or anything
No,
to go to?
This was his escape.
Yeah.
He just dealt with being on the subway for 2 hours to get home. He dealt with work. He didn't want to deal with us just yet. He needed some decompression time.
Yeah.
So Dad would just be gone for like 20, 30 minutes. But my wife will give me a hard time sometimes. She's like, what are you doing in there? And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, it doesn't take that long to go number 2. And I'm like, you're right. But sometimes I get caught up in like a story that I'm reading or like a post that I'm reading about, and I want to read all the comments.
I've lost time watching just TikToks.
I don't watch videos because I'm worried I'm going to get too lost in the video, but I get lost in people's comments on social media. And then I'm like, who's this loser? And I click on their page, and now I'm reading a person that I don't even know's Facebook post, and I'm like, yep, total loser. Meanwhile, who's the loser on the crap or reading about this person? Me.
Yeah, man. It's the phones definitely have added to it, but the thing is, it seems like the phones are increasing our bathroom time outside the home. That's what I think. That's the difference. I mean, inside the home, you're right, Steve. There was always other stuff to distract you in there, but outside the home, it's the phone.
Yeah, this guy's obviously a rarity.
And he's mad at her now for not being more patient with him. Now he's pissed at her.
What, at the restaurant?
Well, he thinks she should be more patient with him being in the bathroom as long as he is.
Well, because she ate her food alone and then paid and left without him.
Yeah, well, I mean, so that's good for her.
That seems impatient. Yeah, I agree with him.
You do? No. Really? Come on.
Sarcastic. He shouldn't be gone in the bathroom for 45 minutes unless there's an actual reason. You know, like something nature called and then things got weird.
Yeah.
Or he collapsed and then also had to have like an ambulance show up or something. I don't know. But like, you shouldn't be gone in the bathroom for 45 minutes at a restaurant.
Yeah, this is his MO.
Unless he was dating someone else at the same time.
Oh, now there's a good story.
And there's like one of those old sitcoms where like they're both dating. Maybe like there's a restaurant next door. And so he goes to the bathroom so he could go hang out with the other date.
Oh, he's running to the other date.
And then tells that date, I got to go to the bathroom, comes back and... Well, his plan was foiled by his wife.
Unless it's like Mrs. Doubtfire and it's at the same restaurant, he has to go on and put on a rubber suit. It might be a thing.
Oh, I see. So
that was based on a true story.
Exactly.
So
it was documentary.
Yes, people do that all the time, right?
So he could very well be like the person serving them for all she knows. Well, hello, what can I get you? I'll be right back. Oh, hi, honey. Where's the server? He never seems to show up.
Someone says, I'll make a 5-minute number 2 ski go 20 minutes. That's my dad time. Toddler free. Until your kid figures out how to open up a door.
Gosh, right. I heard about that.
And that happens.
That'll be the funniest and most terrifying thing ever when that does happen.
Oh, that's going to happen. And I got news for you. Lock that bedroom door, Steve.
Well, that was a big part of why we made sure we had doorknobs on all the doors in our new house, as opposed to like those like the little the handles. Because like she's now at that height where she can pull it down on a handle and open it.
Oh, well, she's going to figure out the doorknob thing pretty soon.
Yeah, but I feel like we're biding some time.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? Every parent thought they had time, and then there comes the kid walking in on them.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, I guess we don't have any more time.
Why are you sleeping on top of mommy?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. Or worse, why are you doing that to mommy?
We're just wrestling.
Yeah, that's
just working on some new moves.
Yeah, that's so you know
what's called the Daddy Destroyer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, Daddy Destroyer. Hey, big news. And I don't know if Kanye is responsible for this, but a Whitney Houston hologram residency is coming to Las Vegas.
Look, Kanye's busy right now. He's holed up in a football stadium working on his next record.
Oh, is that what he's doing? Oh, okay.
Legitimately, yes. In Atlanta.
No.
He's at the Atlanta football stadium, and he has a room inside. Like, he has a bed in, like, a suite or something like that. And he's working on his record there, and every once in a while he invites people over to listen to it, and it fills up like tens of thousands of people show up to listen to some of his new songs.
Honest to God, he's like Dave. I feel like I'm watching an episode of Dave when I hear this story.
Huh. Yeah, that's what Kanye's up to these days.
Well, so he can't be making holograms.
He should. That way he could do both.
That'd be great.
Show the bed. This is the little living quarters for Kanye right now.
And he's at the Falcon Stadium?
I think it's the Atlanta Falcon Stadium.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to have to give that up soon because they're about to do preseason football. I think this week is...
Yeah, this weekend starts...
Yeah.
It's either this weekend or next weekend,
I think it's the 5th I saw somewhere,
okay.
So it's this weekend, yeah. So he's got to figure that out. They're going to start using the place.
Yeah, he's at the Atlanta Stadium. He has a private chef there. And, like, even when there was something going on at the stadium, he was still living there. Like, there was an event that happened, and he was just, like, walking around, like, hey, guys. Like,
wow, all right, maybe then he will be there for football games. Wow.
Living in a one-bedroom, windowless room at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, working on his new record, Donda.
You know...
Which he should put a G instead of a D. Then it would be Donga.
Oh, jeez. How does he think that things are okay in his head? How in his mind can he think life is going okay?
Well, maybe just need somewhere private, quiet,
but
with
remember
good ventilation.
Now, Kim gave him the boot, right?
I believe so. I don't keep up on. I think that's what the tabloids are saying.
And I think, and it was mental health reasons too. That's why I don't want to really make fun of the guy because, I mean, she gave him the boot from a mental health standpoint. I just don't know how he doesn't understand that. Okay, dude. When you're deciding I'm going to go make an album by living in the Atlanta Falcon Stadium after my wife kicked me out of the house for mental health reasons, how do you not go maybe just talk to somebody?
Well, in all fairness, it wasn't intentional. Apparently, he went there to finish some work on it, and he was going to have the stadium be the place where he had a big listening party for the final record, and it was going to happen in July. And the event sold out the stadium, but then I guess something at the event inspired him because he decided, you know what, I'm not done with this record yet, and I'm also not done living here. So he decided to live here because maybe like the creative juices were flowing.
Yeah, that's completely natural. You're right. I don't know why I doubted him. So Whitney Houston,
she's no longer alive.
Yeah, but her hologram is going to be performing in a residency in Las Vegas. It's going to be at Harrah's Casino. It's called An Evening with Whitney, and it's the Whitney Houston hologram concert. As she has hologram Whitney will sing in Whitney's actual voice, accompanied by a live 4-piece band, backup singers, and dancers.
Huh. I'd go see it. I wouldn't. No, I lie. I don't want to see anything. I would go see a hologram performance of an artist that I liked. Whitney Houston doesn't do anything for me. If someone gave me a free pair of tickets, I'd pop in just to see a couple of songs, just to see how it's like, what it's like, because I'm curious. But I don't want to sit through an entire Whitney Houston set.
This is the sad thing when you've got the CEO of her estate being a former manager who's obviously wanting to make dough. Pat Houston claims they talked about the concept of her as a hologram before she passed away. Yeah, I'm sure you did.
What if they did, though?
Maybe they did. You know, I really, and then, well, I'm seeing Vicky show me videos. I mean, if you're in the back of the room and it's dark, I guess it probably looks just like her. And,
no one's trying to pull a fast one on you. I mean, we go see magicians perform, and we know that what they're doing is not necessarily legitimate. They're not making elephants actually disappear.
It's real to me,
right?
Yeah,
I go see wrestling. I know what's going on. I go see movies. Yeah, I
guess just because the person's dead, it just doesn't. I don't know. It feels like it just feels wrong. But you're right. I mean, I don't know why it's wrong. It just feels wrong.
I think so long as the people that are important to her are cool with it, I would have a problem with it. And also, I think that'd be a weird thing to do. I wouldn't want to see that with Van Halen right now. You know what I mean? Because it's sadly he passed it's too soon from when he passed. But maybe in 10 years, if they're like, hey, we want to do this performance and it's going to be a hologram Eddie Van Halen playing with us, I'd be like, you know what? Why not? Let's check that out.
The only people
like a hologram Nirvana, I think that'd be kind of in it. Like Kurt Cobain, obviously.
Really? Oh, wow. All right. Boy, I see what you're saying, and I wonder I wonder how people would feel about that. Yeah. I mean, you say you'd be happy to go see that. And obviously the surviving members would be playing behind him.
I'd be okay if they were all holograms. If like Dave's busy, Chris doesn't feel like flying to wherever this event was. Like, for me, it'd be more of just like a cool moment to be around other people who like that music and just kind of enjoy that moment with the other people that like music. I get that we're not really seeing the band, but we get to experience what it's like to be in a room with 1,000 other Nirvana fans, just feeling the songs again and hearing them on a really good sound system. That's what it would be for me. It wouldn't replace a concert. It would be a new type of experience to enjoy music.
Wow. But how cool would that be if it looked just like a concert? I mean, if you got that concert experience and the holograms looked good enough, like it really looked like they were on stage, especially if you're far enough back where you don't really get to see, you know what I mean, unless you got the big screens, it probably will look like a concert would look.
And one person, I wouldn't mind seeing hologram of Freddie Mercury and the rest of Queen. I think that would be awesome.
That'd be interesting, at least.
Yeah, for people who never got to see those folks perform, I can see that. That makes sense to me. And maybe that's what this will be good for. People going, I would love to have seen Whitney live, and this is the closest I'm going to get to doing it. All right, I can see that. All right.
See, yeah, at that point, I never got to see Tom Petty live, and I'm really kicking myself about that. I would watch hologram Tom Petty. Yeah. I wouldn't pay Tom Petty actual concert prices, right? But yeah, I would want to see that.
Yeah, I'd want a Groupon deal on this for sure.
Straight up, absolutely, 100%.
I don't think I would run and drop $200 to go see a fake Tom Petty. But if it was like $20, $30, $50 even, and you get to enjoy the songs like as if you're at a concert with other people and just kind of like feel the music, that'd be fun.
All right.
Plus, it's Vegas. You've seen weirder stuff in Vegas just walking around the strip. Like, I mean, this isn't that weird.
Yeah. Is this any that far off from any of those mascots that are just on the street?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good place for it to happen.
Maybe less fist fights.
Yeah. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
Judith Light played Angela on What 80s
Who's the Boss?
Yes. I'm glad you got that.
He knows who's the boss. There's no stopping that.
Yeah, I know Angela.
Yeah, Angela. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Miggs at 8:50 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I figure out who my creditors are?
People a lot of times have had a long time of not having good credit and having collections, and so they're concerned that you may be concerned that you won't be able to find all your creditors if you file bankruptcy. How will I know which collection agency has my credit card bill from 10 years ago now? And that's something that's hard to keep track of because credit collection agencies transfer your debts all over the place. But we will pull all your credit bureaus, and by getting all three of your credit bureaus, we'll be able to tell who has your credit and debt now, which collection agencies have had it in the past, and we'll make sure that we file all your creditors when we file your bankruptcy so that nothing slips through the cracks.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit CuriosityStream.com.
The world needed a safer trampoline. Dr. Keith Alexander, inventor of the Spring-Free Trampoline, wanted to bring the joy of trampolining to his daughter. His wife said they were too dangerous, so he invented his own. Spring-Free Trampoline is the world's safest trampoline, with no springs or hard edges. Now, parents can have peace of mind that their kids are outside jumping safely. To learn more, visit springfreetrampoline.com.